Good afternoon, guys. It is August 5th, 2025. In this video here, I want to talk about, as we go back to school, those of us who are still in school. I am not. Um, you know, I am 26 years old and finished high school about 8 years ago. And I didn't go to college and I don't plan to. So, that's just me personally. So anyway, but I want to come on here and make this video just to remind parents and students, as well as teachers, of some things. Number one, to all of the students out there, be respectful of your teacher. Be respectful of your parents. Be respectful of those in authority over you, even if you don't like what they have to say or what they're doing. You still be respectful, because I come from a Christian point of view. The Bible does say, honor your father and your mother. Now that's not talking about honoring them if they're abusive. We honor the office of father and mother, but we don't bend to their will if they're abusive. And abusive meaning physically harming you, there's drugs or alcohol or violence or anything like that. Those are the criteria that fall under abuse. But, something that you don't like about them, that is not abuse. So I just want to clarify that. Be respectful of your parents. Be respectful of them, as they are older than you, they have more life experience than you, they have more knowledge than you. Just be respectful. Now, that same thing goes for your teacher. Your teachers, whether you like your teacher or not, be respectful of them. Treat them with respect. And just treat them with respect. Don't cuss them out. Don't badmouth them. Don't get nasty. Don't get angry and violent. Respect your teachers. Even if they don't understand you, you be respectful to them. Now, I come from an experience of being a child with disabilities back when I was in school, and I was homeschooled for most of my schooling, but there was a year or two where I wasn't, and I did have a teacher that just did not understand my disabilities. I couldn't quite express what I needed, and she just didn't understand. And it was very frustrating. It was annoying. I was really just over it because I couldn't get through to her what I needed. But even still, I still would not dare to disrespect her, because teachers do a very hard job, whether you believe it or not. I have family members personally who either are teachers currently or have been teachers in the past. And let me tell you, the crap they have to go through throughout the school year is insane. I mean, first of all, they have a lot of preparation that they have to do. They have a lot of things that they have to do to prepare and to serve you. But also, like any students that are disrespectful, they have to put up with a lot of crap. And that brings me into the third category, is the parents. Now, parents, this one's for you. And this is not talking about all parents. You know how things are in your household. This is not an attack on parents, but this is just speaking out against some of the things that have been allowed to go on. Parents, you need to be involved with your child and be involved with their learning and what's going on. And you need to stand your ground and set an example of what's acceptable and what is not acceptable to your child as far as behavior. And you shouldn't blow off the teachers, you shouldn't blow off the schools, nothing, if they come to you saying, yeah, your child is just having some issues participating in class, or they're misbehaving, or they're being disruptive, or they're having a hard time learning. You need to be involved with that. You need to know what's going on. They are your children. The school is not responsible for your children and their upbringing. They're only responsible for one thing and one thing only: to educate your children. They are not there to raise your children. They are not there to take care of your children. They are there to teach your children. And yes, when they are at school, they are under the supervision of the teachers in the school. Absolutely. But it is not the school's responsibility or the teacher's responsibility to take care of your child. That's just the bottom line. Because in the last several years, I've seen a lot of parents who are just completely complacent. And they go, well, what do you expect me to do? That's just the way he is. No. No. No, 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 no. If your child is causing a problem for the teacher, misbehaving, you need to nip that in the bud. And I've never been a parent, so I can't speak for experience, but I have enough common sense to know that if kids don't have consequences and they can just get away with stuff, they're going to continue. And it's not fair to the teacher, it's not fair to the school to have to put up with that at all. And so, parents, you need to be involved with your kids. And I understand that life is hard. There's a lot to life. But if you chose to have kids and that was your decision, that is your responsibility. You know? And if you think it's too much, well, then I'm sorry, but you made the decision to have kids, so you need to take on the responsibility of having those kids. So that's just the way it is. I'm sorry. It's that simple. I mean, it's pretty black and white when you look at it. It's like you have to take responsibility for raising your family based off of your values, and guide your kids in the right direction. So, yes. So, and lastly, teachers. Teachers, hear me out. First of all, if you are a teacher out there watching this, or have been a teacher, or are a retired teacher, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your service to educating our children in this country, here in the United States. Thank you. And as a matter of fact, around the world, but I'm here in the United States, so that's why I'm mentioning the United States specifically. Thank you for your service. But there's a few things that I have for you too. Number one, as much as possible, here's one thing that I would ask, and this is coming from somebody who is autistic and has cerebral palsy and some special needs and disabilities. Teachers, if you have students that are struggling, please be patient with them, and please work with them and have some accommodations for them. Don't just shut it down and say, well, no, that's not allowed, that shouldn't be okay. You know, yes, I understand there are certain things that aren't allowed, but if something helps them learn better and you can adapt something for them, I'm not saying you have to change everything, for the whole class, but I'm just saying, like, if a chart or something helps them, if a little bit of extra time helps them, whatever the case is, please be open-minded to that, because speaking from experience, I had a teacher when I was in first grade. I tried public school for 1 year in grade school. Complete disaster, because she just did not understand. And I get it. You don't always understand and you don't know what you don't know. But there was literally zero accommodations for me whatsoever, and I couldn't quite get it through to them that I needed extra help. So after that year, I started homeschooling, and my mom was actually a teacher in the school systems, and she came home to teach me, and so that really did help. So everybody's got to do what's best for them, but that is one thing that I will ask of the teachers. If you have students that are struggling to understand and to learn, and they're trying their best, but they just need a little bit of extra support, please try to be accommodating and have an open mind with that. I know it's not easy. I have a lot of respect for you teachers out there. You put in a lot of hard work. You do a lot for these kids. I have a lot of respect for our teachers out there. Because like I said, I have two family members in particular that I can think of that have either been teachers or are still a teacher. and they've been doing it for years, like 30 years. So, so I'm not totally like unaware of what teachers go through at all. Like, I have some knowledge of that. I don't know everything that a teacher goes through, but I know that there are some things that, teachers just put a lot of work into. They do a lot of things. So, yeah, I just want you to hear me out. I do appreciate you. I have nothing against you at all. Honestly, teachers are one of the professions that I have some of the highest, utmost respect for. Between teachers, paramedics, firefighters, and police officers, you all play a huge role in keeping this country going, and I appreciate you. I don't even have words to express how much I appreciate what you do for this country. And so, but like I said, it would help students who are in a similar situation to what I was in, if we could have a little bit of an open mind to accommodate, whether that's just slight accommodations for them, or if it's more than you can handle, maybe you look into, special ed or something. I mean, I don't know. But whatever it is to help that student be as productive and successful as possible, I just ask that you would be open-minded to that and allow them to have the opportunity by giving them the tools that they need to learn successfully. That's all I'm asking. So anyway, that about does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye-bye.